The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
And we'll be doing some exploration drilling away from the main veins to see if there's any additional potential on the project. It's a relatively modest program, but I think if we see success, we'll probably continue the drilling.
All right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Ralph Rushton. He is the CEO of Aftermath Silver. And Ralph, great to see you again. How are you?
Good. Seems like only yesterday we spoke last.
Yeah, well, you've had more significant news out. This time you're announcing the drills are going to be turning at both of your projects. And so why don't we start with Berenguela and start there, and then we'll
Yeah.
move on to your other project. Tell me what's going to happen.
Berenguela, we're drilling about between 4,000 to 6,000 meters. There's various objectives with the program. There's some engineering objectives. We want to put some holes into the area where we think the initial mining will begin a few years down the road. So a little bit of sort of geotechnical and investigation of that area. We're also looking at doing some exploration drilling on the eastern side of the project where we have some extremely long intercepts of fairly high-grade copper. Given the way the critical metals demand is heading at the moment, I mean, copper is a metal that's going to be in demand. We have an area that we believe is enriched in it, so it behooves us to actually do some proper exploration in that part of the project.
And you mentioned just where the prices are at, and that really what's sort of driving all of this, right? Because there's a general need to get down and see exactly what you have and how you can expand.
Yeah, given that we're looking at both silver and copper, I mean, as of this morning, silver's trading close to $64 an ounce. So, the potential valuations, a lot of the silver projects out there are climbing every day at the moment. So, yeah, we would really like to find some additional high grade in there. So there's some of that drilling going on as well. Um, yeah.
And how about your other project?
Chayacoro is a project we've had for about 5 or 6 years. It's one of the first projects we acquired. We have held off drilling it primarily because our focus was on Berenguela, but we now have additional funding in the bank, and we believe it's time to put some holes into that and see if there's potential to expand the resource at that project. So we're going to be drilling what's called the Lolon vein. It's the main vein at Chayacoro. We're going to be looking at extensions of that, potential down dip extensions of it as well. And we'll be doing some exploration drilling away from the main veins to see if there's any additional potential on the project. It's a relatively modest program, but I think if we see success, we'll probably continue the drilling.
Well, it seems like Peru and Chile is really being talked about in the last little while. I guess obviously because of where metal prices are at, but there's a lot of work going on in both countries.
There is, and it's actually been a little bit of an issue for us in Chile because there's a huge demand for drill rigs there, and anybody that's got a copper project or a silver or gold project is trying to drill at the moment. So actually, it has an impact for us in terms of the availability of the equipment that we need to do these projects.
And you're expecting assays probably in 2026, I'm guessing?
Hopefully, first quarter, yeah. So again, I mean, with Christmas coming up and with a lot of drill projects underway, the labs are pretty backed up at the moment, but we'll do our best to get the results turned around as fast as we can.
All right, Ralph, we'll leave it there. Look forward to seeing those. Ralph Rushton, thank you very much. Good to see you again.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, Ralph Rushton, CEO of Aftermath Silver.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.